Hello, beautiful business-minded people! Welcome to the exciting episode of our Meet My Friend series. Okay, so umpisa na natin. Anak, ito ba ang dialogue natin? Yan. No, may mga nagsasabi na, Mami En, may business na ako, may customers na ako, pero parang hindi pa rin ako kilala. Hindi pa rin solid ang tiwala ng aking mga customers, ang aking mga prospects sa atin. Sa akin, rather, no? Sabi nila, gusto daw nilang mag-level up at makakuha ng mas maraming clients at mas malalaking clients. Pero, paano ko ipapakita na credible ako kung hindi pa nila ako kilala? May mga nag-a-advise na write a book daw, no? Pero paano? At saka busy ako, no? At wala akong idea kung paano magsimula. Now, how many times have we felt this way? Ako rin, ano? I felt that way. Pero ako nag-umpisa dahil gusto ko talagang magsulat ng libro for me to be able to reach as many people as I can. And eventually, nagkabaliktad, no? So for people to get to know me, I needed to write more books. Kaya yon. Okay? So, paano ba yung pagsusulat ng libro? Kasi lahat naman tayo may experience. Lahat tayo may kwento. Lahat tayo may mga knowledge, lalo na yung mga medyo matagal-tagal na sa business. No? We have the knowledge na pwedeng makatulong sa iba. Pero we keep it all inside dahil hindi natin alam na what we know is already worth publishing. Nakakagulat, ano? Kahit ako, nung first time na naging author ako, I was not really expecting na deserving ako na maging author. Kasi hindi naman talaga ako ganun kagaling na magsulat when I was in school. Okay? Kaya I had to learn the lesson later. Kaya what if I told you that writing a book could be the most powerful branding move that you can ever make for your business? Dahil sa aking libro, I get to be invited sa mga speaking events, no? To speak sa events, nagbibigay ng mga keynote speeches. So, ang saya-saya, no? Dahil sa libro, pero nung sinulat ko yung libro, hindi ko inaasahan yon. Now, pwede ko rin gamitin yung libro parang mas makilala pa yung aking negosyo. And that is also more doable than you think. Kaya, today, we will discover. Yon, yung title ng ating show for today is Build a Brand That Resonates. 5 reasons why you should be an author. Actually, kahit na ayaw nating maging author, but if we want to build our brand so that people will get to know us, get to respect us more, writing a book is the best way. So, ang magtuturo sa atin yan ay isang very special guest who believes that every business owner has a book inside of them. Ikaw, anak, meron kang libro na nasa loob, hindi mo lang alam. Kaya today, let us listen because she is going to help you find the book that is inside of you. And before anything else, gusto ko lang balikan yung last episode natin with Miss Jet Maranga. No, si Jet last time, nag-share siya ng kanyang journey kung paano siya nag-build ng mga smart systems for her food business. Team Healthy Zambo. From day 1 pa lang niya nung nag-umpisa siyang magnegosyo. Actually, last Sunday, I guess, I visited her store. And talaga pong napakasarap ng kanyang mga keto cakes. Yan. No, so imagine, day 1 pa lang, automated na ang sistema niya. And let me share one beautiful takeaway from Julie Ann Villanueva na nanood last week. Sabi niya, do not fear to adapt. Huwag matakot. Grabe, di ba? Kaya sa panahon ngayon, as business owners, anak, hindi kailangan matakot mag-adapt ng mga bagong ideas, bagong tools, at bagong ways of thinking, no? Tulad ng pagsusulat ng libro, no? Kasi kung puro takot tayo, mapag-iiwanan talaga tayo ng panahon. And today, we're going to adopt a new mindset about building a brand. I know a lot of you could not even ever imagine that you would want to be an author. Ako rin noon, no, when I was your age, I never thought I would be an author. But I am now an author of 3 books with the help of our guest. So, I hope madami ulit tayong mapupulot dito na mga magagandang takeaways today, no, sa ating episode. Let me introduce myself for the new viewers. Ako po ay si Mami Negosyo, No, I've been a business owner for more than 40 years na po. I was a Chowking franchisee for 18 years where I learned a lot about the food business. I was also an STI college licensee for 28 years where I also learned a lot about the education business. And ang dami ko pa pong other businesses na ayoko nang banggitin lahat. No? Dahil retired na po ako ngayon, I am now a mentor helping entrepreneurs grow easier and faster. At dahil doon, marami po akong videos and posts na ginagawa araw-araw para sa inyo for free. Yan, good afternoon daw, sabi ni Milet Ravelo. Good afternoon to Mami and to all. She was our guest many weeks ago. Yan, dahil every Tuesday, nag-i-invite po ako ng mga guest experts tulad ni Mami Let, no? And tulad ng guest natin ngayon to talk about many educational topics na makakatulong sa inyong business. Kaya to keep updated, no, I'd like you to sign up sa maminegosyo.com. The link is in the chat and pinned in the comments, no, maminegosyo.com, para pag meron kaming guest, meron kaming mga topic, or meron kaming mga videos na ipapalabas, papaalam namin sa inyo through the maminegosyo.com registration, where you will be receiving our newsletter or our email every week. Yan. So, super excited ako, anak, no, sa guest natin today. Kakaiba ito. Pero bakit this topic? Siguro yung iba nagtatanong, Mami N, negosyante tayo, bakit tayo magiging author? Yan. Alam natin lahat yung feeling na yon, no? May business ka nga, negosyante ka, may experience ka, may kwento ka pa nga. Tapos, may magtatanong pa sa'yo, ano ba talaga ang ginagawa mo? Ano ba yung business mo? And why should we trust you? At ikaw naman, magpapaliwanag ka paulit-ulit kasi wala silang basehan. Wala silang hawak na proof kung ano ka talaga. Pero the truth is, anak, kadalasan, hindi experience ang problema. Hindi rin passion. Hindi totoo yun na puro passion lang dapat. The problem is that we don't have a book yet. Yeah. Problema ba yon? Yes. Kasi kapag may libro ka, you don't need to explain a lot anymore. Your book will do the talking for you. And that, anak, is exactly why we are here today. Kaya wag na natin patagalin. Let us welcome my inspiring friend, my editor and publisher, si Miss May Gomez. Miss May, welcome. Yan. So, bago tayo mag-dive, no, pumasok sa ating topic today, can you share with our viewers a bit about yourself? Hindi na ako mag-i-introduce sa iyo, ikaw na lang, no? Sino ka ba? Sino ba si May Gomez? What do you do? And why are you so passionate about helping business owners become authors?
Hi, Mami N. So, thank you again for this opportunity. And short story lang, no, hindi naman talaga ako katulad nyo, hindi naman ako nangarap na maging publisher talaga. This business was by accident. Pero naalala ko sa isa sa mga conversation natin, nabanggit nyo na walang accident sa mundo. So, I used to be a programmer. So, even nung bata ko, ang favorite subject ko ay math. Hindi ako masyado mahilig magsulat. Pero naalala ko nung bata ako, yung mother ko, madalas kami pinapasulat sa lola namin na nasa US. She wanted us to share our stories, ng mga experience namin to her. And I guess, yun yung naging simula. When I was a programmer for a company, national company, I also got pregnant. So, my eldest is now 21. And then, I got pregnant with my second child. So, because of that, I had to resign and leave it was a career na gustong-gusto ko sana. And then, during my experience as a stay-at-home mom, naka-experience ako ng postpartum depression. And while coping with that, eventually, I learned about sharing stories, writing books, I connected with people, and I realized na yung kwento ko, marami palang, nung panahon na yun, kasi ngayon, buzzword ng mental health, nung panahon na yun, wala pang masyadong nakakaalam ng term na depression. And dati, kapag stay-at-home mom ka, kapag nade-depress ka, parang ang synonymous yun sa nag-iinarte ka lang. So, I wrote a book about that. And it turned out na maraming mga people, mga kaibigan ko na nakabasa ng libro, nag-approach sila sa akin, sabi nila, May, paano mo nagawa yan? Gusto ko rin maging author. May kwento rin ako na gusto kong i-share. Then it started out with me helping them until eventually, dumami na ng dumami. So I realized, parang pwede na maging negosyo to. Kasi mahirap din yung tumutulong ka without asking for something in, kumbaga parang, of course, you're spending your time and effort. So, I realized na, pwede palang maging business to. So, at first, it was a service. Then, eventually, it became a publishing company. So, that's how Thrive and Grow was born.
Yan, no? So, sometimes, hindi natin alam, Thank you very much for that story, no? Kasi hindi natin alam na yung pagtutulong pala natin ay pwede palang maging hanap buhay. No, at first we just want to help because that is something that we went through. And I love your story when you talked about na postpartum depression. Okay, ang dami rin ako when I had my first baby, I had that. Para akong siraulo after my first baby because it's only my husband and me. And he could not understand why I am masyado ng maarte. Nagkaroon lang ako ng baby. And ang hirap-hirap pala talaga noon, no? And there were no books about that. Hindi ko nga alam kung ano 'yon. Pero mabuti na lang may nabasa akong libro na nagbigay ng pangalan na postpartum depression yung nafe-feel. So just imagine whatever we are going through, kahit na recipe, 'di ba? So kala natin ordinary lang pero hindi natin alam that if we publish it, there will be people out there who will benefit from it. Kaya thank you so much. So napaka-exciting. Yan, no? Nabanggit mo, Miss May, no? Maraming mga business owners na may mga kwento sila. Okay? May mga kwento sila worth telling. Is that your experience?
Yes. May mga business owners akong, usually kasi pag may mga namimit akong business owners, whether it's the first time I meet them or friends ko sila, sometimes I ask them questions. And every time I talk to them, they share insights na sabi ko, alam mo ba na hindi maraming tao nakakaalam yan? Or they share their experience, either their origin story. Sometimes, may mga nakikita tayong business owners. May mga kaibigan akong business owners na very successful sila, pero hindi ko alam na yung beginnings nila kumbaga napaka-humble pala nung beginnings. And when they share the story, parang hindi ko alam na ganun yung pinagdaanan mo to get this far. So, every time na they tell me those stories, I would hope na parang, sana hindi lang ako yung nakakarinig ng kwento mo. Kasi sayang ko ako lang Parang, it would benefit more people.
Yeah. No? Para sa ating mga nanonood, no? Kahit na sa mga suki na natin, kahit na mga first-timers din, whether bago ka pa lang or matagal ka nang nagnenegosyo, no? Makakatulong talaga yung isang libro. Kahit na isang libro lang, kasi marami tayong mga kwento. Nakala natin ordinary lang. I'm sure marami tayong kinikwento sa ating mga employees, no? Tungkol sa buhay natin hindi para magyabang, kundi para ma-inspire din sila sa ating mga pinagdaanan na napakahirap. Yan. Okay. So, I would want to start my interview. Question ko na, Miss May. Nagkwento ka na tungkol sa background kung bakit ka naging publisher. What I'd love to know now is, how did you start? Yung umpisa ng iyong publishing journey.
A lot of people would be amazed, na yung business ko. Kasi usually, pag sinabing negosyo, inisip nila, kailangan may malaking kapital, meron kang nirerentahan na space, ganyan. So, yung publishing company ko, nagsimula lang dito sa bahay. So, I started offering it as a service. And the great thing about that is, because it's a service, pwede mo siyang ma-offer sa kahit saan sa mundo. Nung una, may parang limiting belief pa ako na dapat dito lang sa Pilipinas. Eventually, I was able to meet clients na nasa ibang bansa. And now, I'm starting to scale the business. So, the good thing about this business is, hindi siya intensive sa capital. And then yung product mo, you don't need to have a lot of inventory. For me, it was very right for my situation, lalo na I'm looking after my family and my kids. Very hands-on kasi ako rin sa mga anak ko. So, of course, yung as a publisher, you need to, kasi sabi ko nga, before I used to be a programmer, tapos biglang nasa mundo ako ng publishing. So, of course, marami kang pag-aaralan. Tandaan ka talaga sa proseso. The good thing about that naman is, katulad nyo rin ako, like, na-mention nyo before sa conversations natin, mahilig din ako magbasa ng libro. So, very interested talaga ako sa kwento ng mga tao. Whenever interested or aspiring authors would send me their stories, na-excite akong basahin yung mga kwento nila, yung mga manuscript nila. So, there.
Yeah, thank you. And how many employees did you start with?
Of course, nung una, it's me, myself, and I. So, yun. So, lahat naman siguro ng mga employees, ganun talaga nagsisimula, no? Solo lang. And then, eventually, I worked with a freelance team to help me with the increasing number of projects.
Yan, thank you for that. No? Now, let's go to question number 2. Bakit ba, nung mga negosyante kami, Miss May, pero maliliit na negosyante pa lang kami, no? Wala pa nga kaming employees. Pero bakit namin naman kailangang i-consider yung pagsusulat ng libro? Ano ba ang mga reasons?
Thank you for asking, Mami En, no? Madalas na tanong yan ng mga business owners, especially yung mga business owners na feeling talaga nila hindi, napaka-imposible, kumbaga, magsulat ng libro, or feeling nila, bakit ako? Parang ganun yung mga tanong usually. So, one is, akala mo kasi yung kwento mo is ordinary lang. So, yung origin story mo, the story how you started your business, you grew your business, how you got to where you are now, you might think it's ordinary, but it's not. May naalala ko, may isa akong nakatrabaho na author na, ang title ng book niya is, I Thought My Life Was Ordinary. So, yun. Akala natin minsan, normal lang yung mga pinagdaanan natin. Like for example, isa sa mga audience natin ngayon, si Attorney Eden. Pag nalaman niyo yung kwento ng buhay niya, very inspiring. Akala mo, pelikula, kumbaga. Pero kung ikaw yung taong nabuhay sa ganung buhay, parang normal lang yun. Kasi na-experience mo yun di ba? So, yun yung isang reason, yung sharing your story. And then, another is yung knowledge, no? May mga napagdaanan tayo na pwedeng hindi tayo yung guru or expert. For example, sa case ni Mami En, sa case nyo na na-experience nyo yung maraming businesses, hindi lahat ng tao na-experience yun. And yung knowledge na yun ay hindi common. So, yung mga ibang people na, for example, you are selling insurance. Ang dami-daming insurance people. Pero yung experience mo, yung knowledge mo, can help other people na, kumbaga, hindi mo pwedeng isa-isahin yung mga tao para i-share yung knowledge na yun And a book can do that. So, another reason to write a book is yung advocacy. For some of us, aside from a business, meron din tayong advocacy, or for some people, ang business talaga nila is NGO. So, they will need donors or help from other people. And one way to share that advocacy is through a book. Kasi syempre, hindi mo ma-express kung ano yung nagagawa, ano yung impact ng advocacy mo, bakit sila tutulong sa'yo kung hindi nila alam na nag-exist yung NGO or yung organization mo in the first place. So kung hindi mo ikikwento, walang makakaalam. Another is yung legacy. May mga business owners na nakakatrabaho ko na ang kinikwento nila sa akin is, kaya ako gustong magsulat ng libro is because yung mga anak ko, yung mga apo ko, nakita na nila ako, ganito na yung negosyo. Hindi nila alam yung pinagdaanan ko, or gusto ko na yung kwento ko ma-outlive yung mag-go beyond me. So, yun yung last na reason kung bakit tayo magre-write ng book.
Yeah, no, thank you for all those reasons, Miss May, no? And may dinagdag si Jennifer Achero, sabi niya, may I also add po, this is also a good therapy to share experiences, to broaden knowledge, to upskill, and to keep oneself grounded, no? Ang ganda, no? Kasi
Yes,
if you
exactly.
share, yeah, pwede mong idagdag yan para 6 na ang reasons next time when you talk, no? So, when you share, it also benefits you lang pala. Hindi pera It's not about the money. When you write a book, no, take it from me, you don't make a lot of money by selling books. Hindi ka yayaman sa pagbenta ng libro mo. Pero ang kayamanan ay hindi pera. No, ang kayamanan ng pagsulat ng libro, again, that is my experience, is you meet a lot of people. You will be surprised that people will come to you and they will say, Mami En, salamat, at binasa ko ng binasa yung libro mo. Mami En, salamat at dahil sa libro mo, talagang nagkaroon na ako ng pag-asa. Yung mga ganon, no? So, you were talking about sharing to inspire. That's one of the reasons why we should write a book. Because, yun na nga, nakamit na ba kayo? Have you ever met, no? Yung sa mga nanonood, may namit na ba kayong babae na programmer na naging publisher? Siya lang. Wala pa akong namimit sa haba ng buhay ko, 71 years na akong nasa mundong ito, wala pa akong namimit na programmer na naging publisher. Siya lang. Kaya kung hindi siya nagsulat ng libro, tapos hindi siya nagsalita tungkol sa postpartum depression niya, malay ba natin? How do we know? No, kala natin yung may karapatan lang na magsalita tungkol sa postpartum depression ay mga doktor. But now we hear a real live person talking about it. And if she can share it, then that means okay lang yung mga pinagdadaanan din natin. Diba? Yon. Okay, I'd like to move to my third question. Right, Miss May, how can a book help a business owner attract better customers? Yung mga tao na naniniwala sa kanila, no, before they even meet the business owner. Paano ba nangyayari yon? At nangyayari ba talaga yon?
Yes, actually nangyayari yon, Mami En. Especially for business owners or people na ang service nila is mahirap hawakan. Kasi for example, if you have a food business, 'di ba? Yung produkto mo, pag nakain, natikman, napicturan, na-post sa Instagram, may instant marketing ka, 'di ba? So, mama-market ka agad yung product mo. Pero what if ang business mo is life coaching? Ang business mo is legal services, accounting, 'di ba? Sino mag-Instagram ng results ng business mo? Ang hirap minsan. May mga businesses na hindi gaano tangible yung results and hindi agad-agad. A book can share those stories ng mga natutunan, and then a book can also give guidance. For example, may mga kakilala ko na the reason why they made the book is so that, kumbaga maraming mga questions na tinatanong sa kanila pa ulit-ulit, and instead of answering that one by one, nilagay nila sa book para makatulong sa mas maraming tao.
Yun, napakasimpleng idea no, mga FAQ, no? And then it becomes a book already. Wow. So galing. And that being able to answer the questions that are in their minds even before they ask it, 'di ba? Yun yung napaka-powerful na parang paano mo nalaman na nandito sa utak ko yung question na yan. So siguro magaling ka nga. Yan, no? Kanina nga na nagkukwentuhan kami ni Miss May, sabi namin kung minsan if you write a book and the person buys the book from you, baka for all you know, hindi sila yung dapat na magbasa ng libro. Pero dahil bumili sila ng libro mo, tinago lang nila, nilagay lang nila, dinisplay lang nila sa kanilang bookshelf, and that book changed the life of their children and even their grandchildren. Who knows, no? And you maybe in your lifetime, you'll never meet these people, itong mga children na to, pero naka-plant ka ng seed sa buhay nila. So yeah. No, and since we're talking about building a brand today, anak, and touching the lives of people, and since we're also talking about marketing, I'd like to talk about an ebook. Pwede rin namang ebook lang munang isulat ninyo, no? So, I wrote this ebook that is entitled Stop Wasting Your Marketing Budget. 5 Steps to Create Contents that Attracts Customers. Kaya kung gusto mong matutunan kung paano mag-create ng content na talagang kumukonekta sa iyong mga customers, lahat ng simple at easy to follow steps ay nandito na sa ebook na to. And what's good about this is that this ebook is at a special price of only $199 today. Until midnight lang ito. So grab your copy now, and the link is in the comment section. So there's one question here. This is from the community. Wala siya ngayon. I have a community page at sinasagot ko kasi, pumipili ako every week ng isang question from the community na sinasagot dito sa page. Yeah. So this question is from Maria Cristina Alberto Basa, no, tungkol sa systems, delegation, and operation. So for those people who have business, kailangan natin to grow our business, we need systems, we need to be able to delegate, and of course, operations is part of the systems. Kailangan tanong niya is, ano bang uunahin natin? Umpisa ba tayo sa delegation, sa system, sa operation? Alin ba ang dapat mauna? Now, sa experience ko, no, kasi dati malay ko ba dyan, no, wala akong kaalam-alam, hindi ako nag-aral tungkol sa business. Nobody taught me. So what I did was, kung ano na lang maisipan ko, yun na lang ang inuna ko. Tapos mali pala. Kasi sasabog pala kung hindi tama yung sequence. So, How do you start? First of all, you develop a system. Halimbawa, meron kang ginagawa, inventory system. It does not have to be computerized, no? Kahit na manual system, it's still a system. What do you do when the stocks arrive? And then, how do you store them? And so on and so forth. No? Kapag lalabas na yung stocks, paano? Ano yung sistema? So, gawin muna natin yung sistema. I-design natin. Siyempre, ang isang sistema ay hindi siya perfect at the first time. No, kailangan ilagay natin, idaan natin siya sa second stage which is the operation stage. So dito, aayusin natin, organize natin, no, yung nasa utak natin, ita-trial and error natin kung tatama ba when it really comes to the actual operations na. Kung gagawin mo na talaga, totoo ba na yun dapat ang mauna, tapos eto, tapos itong step, and then followed by this step. And then of course, pag naayos na yung system, umandar na sa operations, that's the time you delegate. So when you delegate, the task is huge. Marami siyang steps dahil nga may systems Uunahin natin yung pinakamadaling i-delegate. So delegate the easiest, and then the next one, and the next one, and the next one. And before you know it, if you are able to organize your systems, your operations, and able to delegate it slowly, dahan-dahan, mababawasan yung iyong day-to-day tasks at maibibigay mo sa tao na makakagawa nun na mas mabilis kung minsan, no? Sa una, hindi pa siguro, pero eventually they will be better than you are and they can work even faster than you can. And because of that, since you have already systematized, operationalized, and delegated the things that you need to do, especially the routinary tasks, you can now focus on growing your business. And that is how you can go from being masipag to marunong, to maayos, and eventually to malaya. Yan. No, I hope that answered your question. Thank you so much. And kung wala ng questions, eto, merong isang nagtanong, no, si Joanna Lucas. Mami N, you mentioned earlier that you had experience in education business. I'm currently in academic tutorial business. Any tips I can follow to gain more clients? How can I build my brand to make it grow? Yan. So, would you want to answer this, Miss May? Or okay lang na I'll answer this for you?
Yes, for Miss Joanna, no, in her academic tutorial business, if she wants to consider writing a book about her business, so she might want to share yung pains ng mga parents na nasosolve niya or some concerns. Kasi minsan yung mga parents, iniisip nila, ang mahal-mahal naman mag-invest sa academic tutorial. Pero ako, as a parent, na-experience ko rin yung nagtitipid ka, pero magsasuffer naman yung grades ng anak mo kasi very busy ka. So, it's also good to share those insights to parents who might not know that they need your services yet. And when they read your book, parang marirealize nila, it's a no-brainer na, okay, this is the most logical thing to do.
Yeah, that's an awesome idea, Miss May. No? Okay, so thank you for that. Yes, highlight the value and the worth. And this is not only for business na education. Kahit na anong negosyo natin, we always start with the customer. No? So yung how can I build my brand? Yon, you can build your brand using a book. Alright? So, pwede kang mag-umpisa. Pero bago mo isulat yung libro na yon, kailangan tanungin mo muna yung sarili mo. Sino yung kausap mo? Who are the people I'm talking to? And sabi nga ni Miss May, ano yung pain points nila? Anong gusto nila? Anong pangangailangan nila? Doon natin iumpisahan. For example, if you own a salon business, sino yung mga kausap mo? Hindi lahat ng babae customer mo because there is such a thing as, of course, yung location mo. Nasaan ka? Hindi naman pwede yung taga Visayas, yung mga nasa Visayas, tatargetin mo pa, no? It's only where your location is. If you are in, let's say, Montalban, then Montalban. The women in Montalban. Who are the women in Montalban? There are so many women there. You have to identify. Kung ang location mo ay nasa mall, then maybe it is the Broad Sea or the Upper Sea. So, depende nga kung anong klaseng mall din. And from there, you will know bakit sila pupunta sa'yo. Okay? What do you have to offer that they will be happy about? Sabi nga ni Jennifer, highlight the value and the worth. It's not always the price. In fact, no, kahapon meron akong nakausap na nagsulat siya ng gumawa siya ng software. Tapos ang mura-mura niya binibenta. Tapos walang bumibili. Ang ganda-ganda ng software niya. Bakit? Kasi nga sobrang mura, walang maniwala. Yes, value proposition. Okay? There is also, I don't know if you know Fibolim, if you have heard about Fibolim. Yung wife niya used to sell, nag-e-commerce sila, no? Nagbenta ng isang makeup product, cosmetic product, I think. I'm not sure what it is exactly. Nagbenta siya at this price na napakamura. Walang bumibili, mahina ang benta. And Fibo told him, raise the price. Ayaw niyang i-raise. Pero sa kayayaw-yaw ni kadadaldal ni Fibo sa kanya, sabi sige na nga, I will raise the price. And the moment she raised the price, the sales doubled and tripled. Kaya it's not always the price, it's always about the value proposition. So Jennifer, you are on track there. And the value proposition will be the center. The customer and the value proposition will be the center of your business model. And therefore, when you talk to your customer using the book that you will be writing with the help of Miss May, you know what is it that you should say. Kasi ano yung value proposition na pwede niyong ibigay. I hope that helped. Yan. Anything else? Any other question? So, kung wala ng question, kung meron pa kayong mga unanswered question, feel free to join our community page. Ang pangalan ay The Malaya Entrepreneur Circle by Mami Negosyo. No, kasi yung aking gustong mangyari, lahat naman tayong mga negosyante gusto nating maging malaya. Kaya tayo nagnegosyo. Kaya hindi tayo nagstick sa trabaho because we want to have freedom. Freedom to not report for work, freedom to report for work, freedom to create what we want to create, no? Kaya ang layunin talaga ng bawat babae or bawat tao na gustong magnegosyo ay para maging malaya. Kaya nagsisipag tayo, masipag, but then kung minsan forever and ever, sobrang sipag lang natin at pagod na tayo. My dream is to be able to help more people to go from malaya to the next step, marunong, to the next step which is maayos, yung systems, organization, and delegation nga, to the next step, to the final step na gusto nating mangyari, which is to be malaya. Kaya yon. No? Malaya Entrepreneur Circle. The temporary name is still Purpose-Driven Business Builders. So from that community page, you can comment and ask questions, ask anything na may kinalaman sa business ninyo. No? Baka ang question nyo, anak, ay ang mapipili kong sagutin live next Tuesday. So yan, the link is in the comments and in the chat. Okay, so Miss May, once again, thank you so much for these valuable insights that you have shared. Meron ka bang final words for our viewers?
Yes, Mami Ann. So, I just want to share na there's no one way to write a book. So, pwedeng you want to share your story, pwedeng you want to share your knowledge, or even one of our audience here, si Coach Mitch, she has a very, very small book. It's 100 questions. So, alam mo yun, it might seem simple, but for me, when I open the page and ask that question to myself, reflect on it, it changes my day's outlook. So there are so many ways to write a book for you to share your message. The most important thing is that you say yes and you accept the possibility of becoming an author.
Yan, thank you so much, no? Okay, so thank you for sticking until the end, anak, no? And please tell our viewers, Miss May, how they can connect with you.
Yes, my business account is on Viber. You can also connect with me via our Thrive and Grow Facebook page. And I also have, of course, my accounts on Facebook there.
So maraming salamat uli, Miss May. It's been an honor to have you here. Kaya join us again next week. Until then, keep shining and keep being business-minded. Pinoy